Welcome to Biology, my dear student. We are learning Chapter 8 Human Health and Disease. And in last class, we have learned about some of the common diseases in human. So, my dear student, let us continue the topic common diseases in human. Today, we will learn about another common disease in human, that is ringworm. So number 7. So already up to number 6 we have learned, and now let us learn number 7. That common disease is named as ringworm. Causative organism or pathogen. So my dear student, ringworm, this disease is mainly caused by fungi. And my dear student, already we have learned about viral disease, bacterial disease, protozoal disease, then helminthic disease, and now we are going to learn about some fungal disease. So this ringworm is caused by fungi. Okay, now let us know some of the name of the fungi which is responsible for the disease ringworm. So my dear student, pathogen are Microsporum, Trichophyton and Epidermophyton. So these are the three genus of fungi which are mainly responsible for disease ringworm. Okay, so these are some genus. Now let us see mode of transmission. It is a contagious disease. So my dear student, ringworm is a contagious disease that is transmitted through contact or by using towels, cloths, or even the comb of infected individuals. So my dear student, this ringworm, this disease is a communicable disease and it is mostly transmitted through contact. Okay, if you come in contact with a person who is suffering from ringworm, then this can be infected to a healthy person. Okay, then by using the towels, clothes, or even the comb of an infected person, a healthy person may acquire this kind of disease. Okay, now let us see symptoms. Appearance of dry, scaly lesions on various parts of the body such as skin, nails or scalp. Okay, so my dear student, this disease is mainly related with skin. Okay, so in sometime in nails, then scalp also you can see the surface is turning or appearing very dry. Okay, then you can see scalp type of dry, these tissues are coming out on various affected part. Okay, then intense itching will be there. Okay, so continuously a person will feel irritation because of this kind of disease, that is ringworm. And my dear student, if somebody have that kind of disease, then we should go for proper treatment. Okay, and this kind of infection one may acquire from the soil also. Okay, so in soil also sometime what happen, some infectious fungi, okay, some species like okay, some fungi, we can say some example we have already mentioned, that is Microsporum, Trichophyton and Epidermophyton. This may be present on the soil, and from the soil a person may gain or acquire this kind of disease. Okay, so I hope that you have understood the disease ringworm, and if somebody have that kind of disease, you should not hide it. Okay, that means a healthy person may also acquire this kind of disease from you, isn't it? So we should treat. Now this treatment are also available, so we should get a proper treatment of this kind of disease. Okay, and this ringworm is mainly related to skin disease. Clear? Now my dear student, number 8, malaria. So malaria about this disease we will learn details about it. Okay, that means their life cycle also we have to learn. So this malaria disease, you have heard that human beings, okay, per year many individuals are facing this kind of severe diseases, and some are ending their life also. Now, my dear student, let us know some of the history behind this malaria. History. In 1880, Charles Leverin, an army doctor, for the first time found Plasmodium pathogen causing malaria in infected blood. So, my dear student, it was for the first time in 1880, an army doctor, Charles Leverin, okay, for the first time he discovered malaria pathogen Plasmodium in infected blood. So already a person was infected by Plasmodium, okay, and he was suffering from a disease malaria, and till then nobody knows that who was responsible for the disease malaria. So an army doctor, he identified that the disease malaria was caused by Plasmodium. Okay, in 1897, Sir Ronald Ross found that female Anopheles mosquito transmitted malaria disease. Then in 1917, Gracie discovered the life cycle of Plasmodium. So my dear student, this was some of the history behind malaria disease. Now my dear student, causative organism or pathogen for the disease malaria is Plasmodium, and Plasmodium, it is a protozoa and it is a blood parasite. Okay, that means they are transmitted through blood. Clear? There are 3 species of Plasmodium. So my dear student, Plasmodium, it is a genus, and there are 3 species of Plasmodium that are responsible for the disease malaria among human. Okay, so number 1, Plasmodium vivax. So this is a common we can say pathogen, because of which this malaria disease is spread or transmitted in among us in India. So mainly in Plasmodium vivax, it is common in India. Okay, so my dear student, if a person is infected by Plasmodium vivax, then that person will have high fever requiring every 48 hours. So after every 48 hours, repeatedly there will be high fevers. Okay, high fever will be there. Then my dear student, number 2, Plasmodium malariae. So Plasmodium malariae is another species, and here what happens, high fever will repeat after every 72 hours. Then number 3, Plasmodium falciparum, and this species is very much dangerous, and it is also so serious that in most of the cases the person is facing death also. Okay, and if a person is infected by Plasmodium falciparum, then high fever will repeat every 48 hours and most serious and can fatal. Okay, so my dear student, these are the 3 species of Plasmodium which you should keep in mind. Number 1, Plasmodium vivax. Number 2, Plasmodium malariae. Number 3, Plasmodium falciparum. So my dear student, in next class we will see the life cycle of Plasmodium. So with this, let's end here. Thank you.